Hey, welcome back to another module. And in this module, we will talk about the subject line, the gateway to opening your email. Without this, or without a strong subject line, you will not get a good open rate. And when there's no open rate, there's no click. And when there's no click, there's no sales. And when there's no sales, there's no money, right? So it is super important, the subject line. So let's get started. So I will explain the psychology behind some of the best use cases of subject line and share with you tips to create a powerful subject line that will work. And doing all this is just to get you more open rates, which, as you know, translate to click and then to money, right? So strategy number 1, ask a question. We want to get their opinions on something. You know, it is our human nature to tend to give opinions or answers to something, even though we may not be aware of it. So when you are browsing your inbox, when you see a subject line that is a question, well, what are you thinking? You are automatically thinking for an answer. And you may not even realize that you are doing that. It is our human nature to tend to give opinions or answers to something when I see an opportunity. Okay? So having a question in the subject line will attract your subscribers' curiosity and grab their attention right away. Okay? For example, would this work for you? Did you send me this? Will you attend this webinar on blah blah blah? Is it a waste of time to do some blah blah blah? Or can you free up some time this week? So question like this attracts attention, okay? Strategy number 2, use subscriber's name. It is only possible when you ask for your subscriber's name when you collect the email address. And normally in autoresponder software, you can use a token like this, first name. And when your autoresponder software sends an email, it will replace this token with the actual person's name. So having a name in the subject line, it will stand out in that person's inbox, right? So the question is, should you ask the person's name in addition to email in your opt-in page, even though it may end up with a lower opt-in rate? You know, I would say yes, you should, because normally if people feel comfortable giving you their emails, most likely they should be okay to give their names as well. Even though you will get less people to opt in, but having the name really can help your business in many different ways. And for example, using that name in the subject line will be a very good attention grabber right there. So, but if you don't have the person's name, you can also put their email address in the subject line instead of, and you can use a token like this with this square bracket email. That will work too. But again, the name works the best. But if you don't have the name, you can also put email, which also attracts the person's attention, right? So for example, first name, would this work for you? Or email, have you checked out this free training yet? Strategy number 3, insert date or day or even year. Okay, you will make your email feel more current when you have added a specific date or a specific time. And the reason for that is people tend to react to current things rather than outdated things, and this generates good results and works well. For example, let's say you go on YouTube and you want to search for some tutorials, let's say maybe on email marketing, and you will look at the date that the video is uploaded, and there's a few that's uploaded just last month, and there's a few uploaded 5 years ago. Which one would you feel more likely to click on and watch the video? I would say you will probably watch the one that is uploaded last month, because that's more recent than the ones uploaded 5 years ago. The same deal here. It's our human nature to react to current things rather than outdated things. Okay? So for example, first name. Would this work for you on Monday? Question mark. Or first name, could you free sometime could you free sometime to check out this free training next week? Question mark. See, these are solid subject lines that gets people's attention, gets them to think about the question, and it has a date to make it more current, right? So strategy number 4, use words that attracts. Words such as free, the most powerful word in the world, free. For example, free ebook, free download, free training, etc. Alright, and you can combine all these strategies together to form a powerful subject line that grabs attention. So you see, in our examples, we combine question, the date and time, and person's name, right? But you don't always have to ask a question. You can include the person's name instead. So you don't have to use all these strategies together in the subject line. But if you can use as many as you want. But if this is not the case, you can at least include a person's name, right? So for example, first name. Grab this free ebook by next week before it is gone. Okay? It also has a sense of urgency here, which adds up to the effectiveness of this subject line. First name, would you like to claim this free training by next Monday? Again, two very attractive subject lines right here. Okay, caution. Avoid using spammy words. You have to be clear in your subject line about what the recipients are going to get once they open your email. You should not and you must not put something broad and unclear in the subject line. I know in previous slide we talked about free ebook. You see, it's important to put ebook after free because you want to tell them exactly what is free. So words like reward is not clear. Free reward, we don't know what that is, and that is not clear. And if you do that, there's a chance that your email will be ended up in the spam folder of that person's email. Okay, so please avoid using words that are not clear. So follow the strategies to avoid landing in the spam folder. That's the place you don't want to go. Okay, so these are some of the bad examples, or I would say good examples that will end up in the spam folders, such as we have a surprise for you, claim your reward, hurry to get your reward and make money fast. These are bad. Avoid at all costs. Okay, so summary. You can significantly increase your email's open rate using these subject line tactics that we have just talked about. You ask a question, you include their names or emails in the subject lines. Include a date or day or even year to make it more current. And if you can use attractive words like free. And be careful with free, you have to tell them exactly what is free. So you want to avoid using spammy words that are not clear about what you want to offer. is considered a spammy words. Okay. So a general rule is you have to be specific and show people what they will get in the subject line, or what they should be expecting once they open your email. So don't put something broad and unclear in the subject line, otherwise there's a good chance you will end up in spam folder. Okay?